guys, this is Tim from the Boating Channel. So in the last episode you watched, we tuned our oil injection pump. This episode, we're going to make sure the carburetor is in check. So it's not putting too much gas into the engine, too little gas. And we're just going to make sure everything's kind of adjusted. I'm not going to mess with the pilots because this thing was professionally gone through the carburetor itself was professionally gone through a couple years ago. So I know the jets are the right tune. However, a couple posts broke in there, so I had to repair those. I'm not going to show you how I did that because I don't. It's the Boating Channel special. We're just going to put it that way. But it works, and it's going to hold up just fine. However, we are going to show you how to just make sure your high and low speed screw adjustments are. So without further ado, let's get into that. Alright guys, so I know I said this was going to be a carburetor tuning video. I know, right? So why are we starting at the spark plugs? Well, that is the key to knowledge on carburetor tune is reading your spark plugs. So I'm going to spend about way too long getting... Oh wait, never mind, I'm not going to spend way too long getting a plug wrench out. Alright, so now that I got our plug wrench, alright, and our plug wrench tool, you're going to take out the spark plugs and see what they look like. I have about 20 minutes on this engine with varying throttle modulations, and then I have probably somewhere around 45 minutes to an hour of idling time, and some revving. So I mean, not much running time, but it should be enough to show us what the plugs are looking like. So we got that one. Oh, that's right, I gotta pop that one out. Oh, this one's in there tight. Ow. Oh, there we are. Just getting a plug out. Okie doke. So, we have our spark plugs out, and let's focus that. There we are. Alright. So we have our spark plugs out, and they're a little wet, actually. That's not bad. That just means I'm running way too much oil in there, and there's a lot of idling going on. But overall, the plug color looks alright. It looks like the fan side plug, or the the magneto side, it's a little rich, and the PTO or exhaust side, since this is a fan cooled engine, is about dead on, which is pretty much exactly what you would expect since this is a fan cooled engine. So now that we know that what the plugs look like, we're going to go into the carb and theoretically fatten some things up. I'm not going to mess around too much. This is more just going to show you guys how to tune your carb if you got it in pieces. Alright guys, so we kind of came across a little bit of a dilemma. We don't have a cameraman, so instead of showing you guys how to do it by example, I'm just gonna point out the part and tell you what to do. So down there is your high-speed adjustment, rich lean. So what you're gonna want to do is turn that all the way in, and then turn it 2.5 turns out. So that's 2.5 turns out, and that's gonna give you the proper adjustment for your high speed. And then there, actually I don't know what that is. I think, yeah, that's just your air bypass. And just do 2 turns out on that, and that gives you the proper idle speed. and then that would be your idle. Well, that would give you your proper air-fuel ratio. And that's your idle speed screw, and just set that so it idles somewhere around 1500 or less. Like I said, since this is a little older, I'm trying to get a little bit. I'm basically re-braking it in, so I'm having it at a slightly higher throttle with extra oil. But after it's fully set up, I'm going to tune the idle down. Alright guys, so that's how you make sure your carburetor is in tune. And there are more videos to come. It's gonna be slow. My life is really busy right now. I can really only do stuff on the weekends. I can't do any like weekday posting just because the lighting isn't good. I don't know, I might do some more work down in the studio, you know, bring you reviews and stuff like that. And the snow condition really isn't good here either. Yeah, I had snow last weekend, a week ago actually, and now it's green and about 40 degrees outside. Maybe a little less than that, but nevertheless, it's not good. However, something that will always cheer you up is hearing a nice snowmobile run up, eh? See if we can get this bad boy started. It hasn't gone. I haven't started it in about a week. Not too bad. And that was a really high idle. So, there you guys are. And I guess you got a little bit of a bonus cold start because I have not started this thing in a week, and it fired up like in half a pull. So that is alright. So guys, this is Captain Tim. Hope to see you guys out in on the trails, in the water. And so see you guys later, and have fun.